From the center of the earth, sorry, I meant from the top of the world, here you have him, your host, Arctic Reflections.
Welcome. Let's see, Judy and Dr. Nimrod and some more. I believe you are 7. Stating the obvious. Welcome. Okay, it's been a while since I did do a live. Have been busy and have the cold and a lot of other things. But today I prepared a little live. Yes, woohoo! Today's topic was are flurfs paranoid? And what I meant by that is all the time you hear them talking about them and evil people, secret societies and so on are hiding the truth of some mysterious reason. I have prepared a bunch of videos. It's mainly TikTok nonsense, and then I have some other topics too. One of them are the drones to Ukraine. Oh, now we are 9 people. Oh dear. Starting to get crowded. I think I will start with a part of the video. I will you hear echo. Okay. And Nimrod don't. Let's see. Why is it the echo? Wonder why. I can't find the reason for echo, sorry. You do. Is it only me? Is it echo on the music too, or? Okay. I believe the reason is that you don't live so far away from me. Must be that. Hi, Steve. And Debatable. Welcome. Okay, I will start with a part of today's video. I will don't show it in one take. So this is several stupid flat earth videos.
If this were the, Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, someone would say, Johnny would say, George Santos is unpopular, so unpopular. And they would say, how unpopular is he? He's so unpopular that...
And by the way, I love Johnny Carson. Beliefs held by a few. So, of course, we mentioned George Santos's favorable rating, 7%. That's in New York's 3rd district. Nationally, for the other ones, the Earth is flat. 10% of Americans believe the Earth is flat. The U.S. faked the moon landing. Look at that, 12%. So the fact is, George Santos is less popular than a bunch of conspiracy theories that no one should believe. He is below the Mendoza line. You can pretty much get 10% of Americans to agree on anything.
This one I did find at David Weiss' channel. I think it's hysterical that a flat earther is showing this. I'm not so impressed by the numbers. 10% believes that Earth is flat. As the man on the television show says, you can tell them anything and they will believe it. Yeah, okay, 12. So 30% that don't believe in the moon landing. Oh dear.
3rd district, you can't get 10% of voters to say that they like George Santos.
So George Santos is losing to the Earth is flat.
So the fact is, George Santos is less popular than a bunch of conspiracy theories that no one should believe.
I'm not into US politics, I don't...
So we've all been told there's no land at the North Pole. But if we look at a live wind finder view, we can see in the center of the Earth there is something large diverting the wind.
This one was used by Banjo, Flat Earth Banjo, but this fool have a bit other angle on that one.
What is this, you may ask? Well, I'm about to show you. Just go ahead and type in on Google, old map of the North Pole, and all these old maps will come up from the 1500s. And here's what they look like. Look right here, made in 1595. Earth map North Pole. And if we look in the center of the map here, we have what is called the Rupus Nigra. Rupus Nigra was believed to be a huge magnetic rock located at the North Pole. This is why all the compasses point north. The Rupus Nigra was 33 miles in size, which is literally bigger than most cities, which is why it's able to block the wind like this at the North Pole. And what does Rupus Nigra mean? It means black rock. Who's the largest investment company in the world, owning $10 trillion in assets?
So far, I did use Banjo's version of this in one of my videos last week or something. Let's see. Have you seen the Swedish try to make a video? Tobex, no, I don't believe it. Or is I the Swede who tries to make a video? Maybe.
Oh yeah, it's BlackRock. Where do you think they got their name from? Look at all the companies they own. It's funny how all the early NASA Satelloon footage looks like this, with some big black hole in the center. Nothing to see here, guys. If you guys didn't know, this is literally the mountain that's spoken about all throughout the Bible. This is Mount Zion.
So here he differs from Banjo, but the stupid part is soon to come.
Which is located directly above the Garden of Eden, which is why you see these 4 rivers coming out of it. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads.
So 4 rivers. There are no rivers at the North Pole, but according to this fool, it's obvious. Paradise is at the North Pole. Oh dear.
I really want you to think about this for just a second. What tells you that you live on this? What tells you that? I want you to tell me what tells you that, other than you believing it. You believe it because someone told you that, or someone smarter than them told them that. There's belief. I believe that. I have never seen curvature. I've never seen water bending. I've never seen the earth moving through the universe. I've never seen, with my own eyes, stars and planets. It's all belief. Now here, I know I live here because what I've seen with my own eyes through a camera, through a telescope, shows me stars are not what we're told.
Fascinating. So he have looked at stars with his camera and did see that they are not stars. I'm quite impressed.
I see Chicago 60 miles across when we're not supposed to.
So was he the one taking the photo on Chicago? Or do he reference to the image, the famous image of Chicago skyline?
I know water doesn't bend because I've never experienced it. Belief? No.
I wouldn't be surprised if I haven't looked into this Flurf, but I'm quite convinced that he is one of those who believes that it's the Bible who explains it. The Bible is the science book. Oh dear.
Oh, God.
I must agree with you, yours. Why did I choose this old boat?
So let me get this right. You're telling me that density explains why things fall and rise? Why do we need gravity again? Oh, I remember now. You needed to explain this, stupid thing.
That was real flat earth science. I try to be better than usual and reading the side chat at the same time. I have a better setup now. I have 3 screens, so now I can see the side chat, control OBS, and also control my movements. I haven't bothered starting my camera because I've moved around in my office. This guy are scary. The one on the screen with the blue shirt and the mug in the hand? Or is it you who are the scary one? Let's see the next stupid.
Are the northern lights proof of God's throne? The Bible says in Revelation, around God's throne was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Right, so we look at the color of an emerald. It's the same color as the northern lights. I mean, just look at that. It's so beautiful. And it makes sense that this happens at the North Pole. Right, if we look in Psalm 48, the city of our God and the mountain of his holiness, which is Mount Zion, beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, right? The city of our God. On the sides of the north. So the city of God is literally in the north. And if we look in the flat earth map, the middle of...
I must stop it here. So now, this is the flat earth map. I often ask Flurfs if they have a map. And here we have it. Oh there. looks a bit strange, I think. Yes. Halko. Yes, it's a great proof. It's the same color. Oh dear.
The Earth is literally the North Pole. So this is an ancient map from the 1500s of the North Pole. They literally have Mount Zion in the middle there, which is the mountain of God in the north. Which means the North Pole would be in the very center of the flat Earth right here. And which means what would be right above the North Pole, at the top of the firmament, would be God's throne right there.
So we have on the North Pole, according to this fool, we have paradise, Garden of Eden, and straight up on the other side of the dome we have the throne where God sits, and then we have the northern light. It's quite strange because you have southern light in the Antarctic, but who is sitting there? Is it a throne there too, or make no sense?
So if there's an emerald rainbow around God's throne, and God's throne is above the North Pole, it makes perfect sense why we see the northern lights in the north. You guys really think it comes from a solar storm? Where small particles can travel down the magnetic field lines at the north and south poles into the earth? That's a bunch of baloney, dude.
And he read the north and south pole, but he didn't react to that one. Yes, Nimrod, Ireland. I believe the throne is on Ireland. Must be. Is perhaps Irish demon a brother to Jesus, or I will work on that theory.
The northern lights are the glory of God's throne. It's absolutely beautiful.
This is also the northern light. It's an image I took some years ago. Here the 7.5 centimeter cannon is pointing north, so it's to defend us in Sweden against the man living on a throne up north, and it's not the same colors as so perhaps this northern light is not for God. Okay, he wasn't from Cork. Okay, I believe you. Irish demon is not Jesus' brother. Before I continue, I mentioned several times about the drones. I have been in contact with some of the soldiers, and so far I sent several of my colleagues have helped with drones, and so far I have sent yesterday I sent some more. So I've sent money for 20 kamikaze drones, and they are produced in Ukraine and sent to the soldiers we are supporting. So when I talked to them some days ago, they have received 15 of them. they have the about between 25 and 30% of the drones are hitting targets. So they makes a difference. I also mentioned the thing in one of my videos last week, and that was that I have received threats because of my support for Ukraine, and I'm as I'm a soldier, I had to report it. So the military intelligence have looked at the threats, and I can say so much that they traced these messages and a phone call to a country east of me. I'm not afraid at all, but it's quite clear that raising money for Ukraine is not popular everywhere. One of my followers donated last week $1,400, so he alone donated to 2 of the drones, but he didn't want me to mention his name, but I'm very thankful. And yesterday I received a donation from one of you in the side chat, and those money are a part of the ones for the drones I ordered yesterday. So thank you very much. I believe that you know who you are in the side chat. Okay, let's move on this dumpster fire.
Vigilant viewers have taken it upon themselves to closely analyze NASA's live television broadcasts and have successfully identified various peculiar incidents and inconsistencies. These include the detection of wires, harnesses, virtual reality elements, all of which were utilized to create the illusion of weightlessness. Notably, astronauts have been observed fading in and out of the screen, interactions with objects that appeared to be non-existent, and even instances of astronauts seemingly materializing out of thin air. These videos have sparked valid concerns regarding the authenticity of the weightlessness environment depicted in NASA's broadcasts. The evidence presented in this exploration of NASA's history and actions suggest a potential dark side to this agency's narrative. While we cannot draw definitive conclusions without concrete evidence, the inconsistencies, omissions, and puzzling statements cast doubt on the official version of events. It is imperative to approach the subject with an open mind and continue questioning the actions and motives of organizations like NASA.
And all of those so-called evidence have been debunked, and I'm starting to get tired of this. Of course, it ends with a quote from the Bible. Now, I'm not a Christian, but I have discussed this with friends that are Christians, and I haven't found anyone that thinks that the Bible is a science book and that the Bible tells us that we live on a flat earth pizza. My edit of this one is horrible. This boat again.
That is a little weird. You have not found an accurate flat map, but I've also looked for an accurate globe, but all I find is globes are not meant for educational purposes, but only decorative purpose.
That one is so old. I have complained about it several times. They are on repeat, the flurfs. Oh dear. let's see. I'm reading the side chat when I'm silent.
Who could have imagined that the Greeks had created a working flat Earth model 2,500 years ago? Yes, I am talking about the Antikythera mechanism. This mechanism, found off an island in Greece out of a shipwreck, is a perfect working flat Earth model with the sun, moon, and all the so-called planets, which in ancient times were called wandering stars, all built into a system that matches up to this day.
This one is becoming a new flat Earth favorite. Last year I made a video about a documentary made by a guy from Spain. I don't remember his name. He have a quite small channel, but he did a flat Earth documentary, and I believe 1 or 2 weeks ago he released a new one, and in all documentary videos made by flat earthers, flat Earth Banjo is one of the experts. This short video you see in the bottom, Eddie, that's Banjo's TikTok channel. So this Greek instrument is the main focus of that video. I haven't had time to look at I haven't read so much about this instrument, so I haven't made a video about it yet. But as I understand it, that instrument only works on the northern part of the globe. The southern hemisphere, the Greeks didn't visit, so it's not a flat Earth model. Yes, I agree. It's probably that time. Yes, peace for Israel, Ukraine, and
perfect movement of the cosmos, having Earth as the center of everything. The precision of the Antikythera flat Earth model is so perfectly correct that the watchmaker company called Hublot made a special edition wristwatch called the Hublot Antikythera Sun and Moon Watch at a starting price of $16,000. The Antikythera flat Earth model, built 2,500 years ago, not only described the phases of the moon, but also predicted eclipses, which are cyclical events in his book name. Is the Bible from heaven? Is the Earth a globe? Alex Gleason, creator of the Gleason's Flat Earth Map, included tables and charts to teach us how to calculate eclipses all by ourselves, without the help of NASA or other fake space agencies.
NASA is the one teaching us how to calculate eclipses.
This is huge ass. I need some cheering up. I might tickle a flirt today.
Welcome, you. And welcome, Tiny Captain. I believe that your... what is the name of the program again? Tiny, I believe that your Discord user did get hacked because you sent strange messages some days ago.
Just look at the details of this watch displaying months, star signs, constellations, and the sun and the moon, just like Paul Chief model in his Flat Earth book. It is also similar to the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac app.
I love this comparison. The Greeks obviously did make a fantastic instrument 2,500 years ago. A great achievement. And then Banjo compares it with Dirt's stupid app. Oh, oh dear. What?
Yes, it looks like we're doing this.
Did you mean that one, or?
The technology and precision the Greeks used to build the Antikythera flat Earth model is no match for today's scientists. Several scholars have only scratched the surface of what other things this model can do. All of them agree that this is a marvel. The flat Earth is a clock, and the Greeks knew that.
What did they say? I must back up a bit.
The surface of what other things this model can do. All of them agree that this is a marvel. The flat Earth is a clock, and the Greeks.
The flat Earth is a clock. Nice voice?
Oh, God.
I don't think so.
That, and they were able to build a mechanism that describes the exact movement of the cosmos, having Earth as the center of it all. So, when globe believers ask you about our flat Earth model, just point them to the Antikythera flat Earth mechanism built 2,500 years ago. No other model matches its perfection and precision up to this day. The Antikythera flat Earth model still works today as it did 2,500 years ago. It has stood the test of time, and it has proven that the universe rotates around a stationary Earth. This is the final proof the Greeks never believed Earth to be a spinning ball in space.
It's don't prove. They made an instrument that predict what they did see in the sky. It didn't in any way, shape or form prove flat Earth. Great, Tiny Captain. Yes, Dogwalker, it's not a flat Earth model. Because they don't have a model.
Does anyone else find this a little concerning? If we are on a supposed globe, this has never happened. This flight from Taiwan to Los Angeles, there's an emergency along the way and needed to land the plane as quickly as possible.
This one is so dishonest.
Why in the world would they land all the way up there in Alaska? If we are on a supposed globe, Hawaii is just right there.
So if we look, if we had used, for instance, Google Earth, this is the result. Make all sense, and this have been proven and showed by so many, but people, flat earthers, are using flat earth Banjo's stupid book and his so-called findings. But if you look at them in Google Earth, for instance, it make all sense. I have made a circle for Hawaii, and then you compare it with Alaska. makes all sense. Yes, and that one, one orbit did circumnavigate both poles. And why, if you look at the flights between the southern continents, it's make no sense flying over the South Pole. It isn't in any flight in the southern hemisphere the closest way. Of course, if you're flying over Australia, you must circle around yours. Oh, Tusk is in the house. Welcome. Let's see what more stupid we have here.
Oh, I get it now. Taiwan to Los Angeles, Alaska is right on the way.
Oh dear. And now this boat again. Who is the fool that edited this video?
Once you know, this stuff here makes way more sense. Study the flat earth, people. It's real.
The Bible is not a science book.
Thank you, Bernard. Yes, the Bible is not a science book. Is it only me, or is the flurfs more and more trying to use the Bible? I did look at part of the silly debate between two US pastors. And it was a real dumpster fire from both sides. They were fighting about if the Bible is talking about improving flat or earth or not. Oh dear. And I've seen it, several flat earth channel have made comments about it, cherry picked from that debate and so on. Yes, Dog Walker.
Globers, you don't have any evidence. You really don't. You are children of the Church of NASA. Oh yeah, you did your quote-unquote research. You just watched a bunch of flat earth videos. Well, yeah.
Who did research by looking at flat earth videos? And I haven't been taught by NASA. I have gone in school in Sweden. NASA have nothing to do with that. I have learned about the universe, the world, and so on.
I'm not going to look up globe stuff because I already know what I've been taught for the past 50 years. Once you look at the numbers, this is not coincidence. All these, there's too many sixes, bro. Every number that they put out about the size of the Earth and the curvature and all the spin and the rotation and all this kind of stuff ends up being some kind of combination of sixes. 66.6, 0.666. It's always three sixes together or more. Come on, you think that's coincidence? Don't be silly. Stop drinking that fluoride. It's funny to look back and go, what? I believed that? Not.
666. What is he talking about? I understand what they will want to say with 666, number of the beast. But in what globe explanations do we use those numbers?
Nonsense. I believe we went to the moon 230,000 miles away in that rickety piece of crap.
And in that distance, he said, did anyone hear the number 6 in that?
Tinfoil wrap duct tape thing. The president called them on the moon on a landline phone, bro.
And the landline, oh dear. They didn't have a landline from Earth to Moon, and nobody says that they have. It's only flat earther that are stupid enough to think so.
Oh my god. I feel so dumb that
sorry to say it, but you are dumb. Completely dumb. Stupid. Oh dear.
I believed that ridiculousness.
And he's a flat earther and thinks we are the stupid ones.
So one of the other things that made me question the shape of the Earth, once I started looking into it, was another thing I was taught, that the water stays on the globe as it's spinning 1,000 miles around.
15 degrees per hour. So take a globe and have fun and rotate it 15 degrees per hour.
Or 1,000 miles an hour, is gravity that pulls everything to the center of this big ball, okay? So when I started seeing these comparisons, like water always finds its level, on all these different things, you see these pictures up here that they show, okay?
And he shows that he don't understand how big the Earth is.
And I'm going, yeah, it does. It always finds a level. It has to have a container, and it finds a level. Except on this big ball that they say we're on. And I go, wait, don't they say the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour?
15 degrees per hour.
Wouldn't the water fly off? And then they go, oh no, it's gravity. So everything is held on, including this however many millions, trillions, whatever, gazillions gallons of water from the oceans, which is very heavy, by the way. Water is very dense.
Oh dear. Water is heavy and therefore, what?
So it's held in place, but it doesn't drip off the side or run off the side.
The side. Where is the side on a globe?
By gravity that's pulling it to the core. So gravity is strong enough to hold that amount of water onto this globe that's spinning out of control.
Out of control. So the Earth is spinning out of control. So here we have it. Beware, the globe is out of control.
But it's not so strong that it just flattens us.
Do he know why the globe is round? Why it's a globe and not a squared big stone? Obviously not.
I don't get it, man.
We know. We understand that you don't get it. But I love it. Making videos that proves one thing only. That he is a fool. Perhaps he would use his phone or computer and gain some sensible information, but I don't believe he would understand.
I just don't get it, okay? How do little bumblebees fly around?
First, he don't understand how water stays on the globe, and now we are on insects. Oh dear.
The gravity doesn't pull him to the ground, to the ground, but it
the most funny thing is, obviously, he thinks he's smart.
it holds. It's strong enough to hold all this water in place.
It's quite simple if you understand it, but I don't think you can teach this kind of person anything.
And not just hold it in place, but it's not too strong as to mess with the waves, right? Supposedly the moon messes with the tides and the waves. Look, bro, the earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour and it's a ball and there's all this water on it and it's not going anywhere. It's very calm in certain places, like on lakes, like you see over here. And then sometimes the ocean is so serene. But gravity is pulling it. Bro.
Bro? Oh dear.
Guys, riddle me this. Does this look like it's 93 million miles away to you?
Can you tell us the real distance then?
Of course it doesn't, because it's not. Anyone with a grain of common sense can take one look at this photograph and conclude that if there are clouds in front of the sun, then it simply cannot be. Yet we are...
So if it's clouds in front of the sun, it can't be far away. Often they try to say that the sun is in front of clouds, and I believe that is what he meant, and that's so damn stupid. On what height are the clouds? So if the sun is closer than the clouds, the sun must be very, very close, and makes no sense at all.
I fed this from cradle to grave and no one questions it.
No one? All stupid flat earthers do.
Does your daily experience, do you actually feel like you are on a spinning ball?
Then he left this nonsense about clouds, and now he's once again on the spinning ball.
Hurtling through space at 67,000 miles per hour with the sun and the planets light years, millions of light years away.
The sun is not light years away. I believe it's 8 minutes away, if you count the speed of light.
Tell us. It's absolute horseshit. Guys, we live under a dome and the sun, the moon and all the planets are underneath the dome. It's a huge lie.
Yes, I agree with that one. The one about the dome is a big lie. Oh dear.
Do you think the Earth is round or flat?
I know we didn't go to the moon.
I love that response. He asked about the Earth, if Earth is flat, and the reply is I know we didn't go to the moon.
We didn't go to the moon?
No, we didn't go to the moon.
Why do you say that?
Because you can't get out of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Really? What do you mean?
Why don't we go look at underwater or past the ice?
Do anybody understand that reply? Why would we look under the
That's
ice?
where it's at. They want you to look up. They don't want you to look on our own ground.
This man is seriously confused.
Think the Earth is flat?
I don't know.
Oh dear. Yes, the shirt says it all. I'm not into US politics, but I have no trust in Trump, to be honest.
Fallen angels and asteroids, what do they have in common?
This is interesting. Fallen angels. Wow.
Well, let's look. This, if you're anything like I used to be, thought for many, many, many years this was a sign of an old asteroid. But if you think that still, let me just ask you this. If it was an asteroid that came in at an angle, unless it was coming straight down, it wouldn't look like this. It would leave some sort of tail or something different. This is not an asteroid. And if you haven't come across flat Earth yet, I highly recommend you research flat Earth. But you can see a lot of these have been found over the course of thousands of years.
Anybody who can guess where this is going? Let's see in the side chat. Anybody who can guess what those circles are, according to this fool? Fallen angels. Let's see.
And I found the number of them that have been found to be very peculiar. So here's just another example. Does anyone know around how many of these huge craters have been found? Around 200, at least 190. I've researched and there have been 195 found.
He researched. This must be great.
And you know what that made me think of? It made me think of how many angels came down to earth with Lucifer. Anyone know that number? It was roughly around 200. Kind of coincidental there, right? Maybe we're in Satan's short season, and maybe those fallen angels that were kept in prison underground have already been released.
Oh dear. So now we know it. It was the fallen angels that dug themselves from their prisons underground. No, you're not ballistic. They came from... They dug themselves up. Oh dear.
This the asteroid Apophis. Its name draws some attention because the cosmic mass was named after the Egyptian god of chaos, ironically also known as the Great Serpent, who, since he was also the enemy of the sun god Ra or light, existed in darkness.
Could we be living in the short season of Satan and tribulation's already happened and the angels have already come up? I think so.
Oh dear. Looking for the fallen angels.
Weird snake up there.
He don't know that what the snake is symbolizing in this case. Obviously not.
It's a weird looking map. Pretty weird looking map. It's the same map.
And that because this was a conference held by the United Nations. Therefore, the same symbol.
Whatever that stuff is.
Perhaps you could use your little phone and look it up. Perhaps? No. Of course not.
Looks like that one.
And you're proving?
That's the one. That's the one. What the hell? There it is. What's this say at the top? What the... It's a damn flat Earth map. What's going on, UN? You guys got something to tell us, or what is it?
That one was also an old one. Yes. Yes, Otto. I agree.
When people finally wake up to the truth that we do not live on a spinning ball, but rather a non-rotating level plane, and what is above, below and beyond, we still don't know, the first question they ask is, why the lie?
And I will not show the whole of this one, but this sums it up a bit. Because I think one of the most important questions to ask those fools are who and why.
Why the lie? So many people have said they believe the lie is because they don't want you to know who you really are, which we know that we are very powerful people. Our mind is very, very powerful. They want to keep resources from you. They want you to believe that unless we go and find other planets, we're going to run out of these resources. They want you to take you away from God.
And there we have him again.
And so on and so forth. However, for me, I've come to the conclusion the biggest lie is because they want you to believe you live in a fictional world. Therefore, your fictional character, which is known as your straw man, will work in that world.
Known as a straw man. Oh dear.
So when we look at the word lawful and legal, There's a maxim of law that says he who creates it owns it. They've created a globe. You see, in the natural world, God's world, nature, I say God, whoever that is for you, it could be natural creation, sorts, whoever, but I'm just using God as a reference. You can't patent what is organic. They cannot take away and manipulate what is organic. They can create from it, but they cannot change it.
What is she talking about?
So they cannot change the non-rotating level plane. But they need you to believe in them and not God. They need you to believe in fiction and not reality.
But who are them and why?
So therefore they've created a globe. And on this globe, they control your mind. And on this globe, they register you. You see, they've created corporations. They've created birth certificates. They've registered your birth certificate to these corporations. A corporation is a dead entity. It's fake. It doesn't exist, just like the globe.
So, that we registrate children when they are born.
They've made you believe you are living on a spinning ball on this world that doesn't exist, and they call it a globe. And on the globe we have globalism, we have global warming, we have globalists. All of it doesn't exist. Global warming doesn't exist. It's all fake. You see, in this fake world, on this globe, we have digital currency. Doesn't exist. They create money from thin air. We have your straw man, which is there to become part of the commerce system, contract system, because you see, you as a person can't do business without your straw man. So
do anybody understand what she is going about? The straw man. Yes, I understand that she is a sovereign citizen, flat earther, big fool and everything. But what it's quite clear. If you look at different conspiracies, flat earth, anti-vaxxers, sovereign citizens and other fools, it's always about them in power, they are evil, they want us to, and so on. It's basically the same mindset.
They need to create a separate world, a legal world, where you can be your straw man. And in that world, they make you believe that you have to pay taxes.
So I only can talk about Sweden. I'm happy to pay taxes because I have free healthcare, free schools, they are building roads, we have a police force that hopefully help us. If my house turns on fire, the fire brigade comes. But of course, she don't want that. I can't stand her anymore because this is so damn stupid, and I that people listen to this kind of persons. It's mind-boggling. Back to the beach. That was the video that I had prepared. First time in a long time where my live didn't have technical problems. Yes, Jens, I can see you where the money goes, and I know that not every country and people in other countries don't see taxes the same way I do, but I believe we have a quite well-working system in Sweden, also so in Norway and so on. So that my personal view on it. But the nonsense this woman is spreading, I believe it's so stupid. I'm looking at some new topics for making videos. One of those is the Greek instrument that was mentioned before by Banjo. At the moment, have been involved in a television production, so I have spent some time planning. Some of you already seen this. Wait here.
If this were the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, someone would.
Not that one. 2 years ago, I was involved in a television production. This is a short trailer from that one.
Elitstyrkans hemligheter är tillbaka.
Vi tror att ni har vad som krävs för att bli en av oss.
18 nya rekryter står inför sitt livs utmaning.
På mitt kommando, full aggression.
Bryter ner personer totalt.
Vilka vill ge upp? Vilka fortsätter?
De här dagarna kommer vara det hårdaste och svåraste de här rekryterna varit med om.
Det här är vår värld.
Elitstyrkans hemligheter Sverige. Ny säsong 24 februari på TV4 Play och TV4.
Elit.
This was the Swedish version of SIS Who Dares Wins, or it have been broadcast in Australia, UK and several other countries. This was the Swedish version. It was special forces, former special forces that was 18 ordinary Swedes was trying the tryouts to be a secret soldier. And I was in charge of everything that had to do with water. The boats you see here is me in the middle, and the ones beside me are two guys that I know. They are working with rescue boats at sea and so on. So I worked with this production, and I have worked with several other television production, and now I'm next spring I will be in charge for television production that involves military stuff and high-speed boats. So I have been hired to be in charge of all water-related. A quite fun project. So the image, this is the part of Sweden where I live. It's called the High Coast. So this is basically where I live. Not at the bridge, but the area. Yes, Jens, it was insane intense. It was 8 episodes of this series, and we recorded for 8 days. So they almost didn't get any sleep. They didn't get much food and so on. So it was quite intense, and it was intense to work with it because they were located on an island, so I was on alert 24/7, so I could transport medical team and so on. So I was in the first episode and the last episode I was in the story, but in the rest I was working behind the scenes. I believe I was on a frame here.
Styrkans hemligheter.
Vi tror att ni har...
That's me. It's me with the balaclava. Recognize me? Okay, so that's one of the projects I'm working with for the moment. But when it comes to the channel, I'm planning to do spend some more time or longer times on upcoming episodes. I have made a lot of reaction videos and so on. I made a bit more effort when I made a video some days ago about why military ships proves the globe and this proves flat Earth. I'm planning to do some more videos of that type when I put a bit more effort into them, because it's quite simple to make videos where you react to flat Earth stupidity. Yes, Jens, helicopters is nice to ride. We used helicopters in this production too. They did have to jump, or they have to stand in the open door with the hands over the chest and free fall down to the water, and they had to relax. If they relaxed from the height, they would turn a half. So they ended up with the head first, but if they moved, they did land on the stomach or on the back. So, close to the end. I haven't so much more to present for you, but I'm very happy that it did go so well. The live today, I think I have found the problems I did have before. So in the future, I'm planning to do some more lives, or some live per week. And I believe, I hope that I will be better. Oh dear, someone is shooting. I believe that I'm getting better and better in this. So, but I will make more videos about flat earthers. Perhaps it's a flat earther on the screen now. He have no brain, and I'm quite sure that flat earthers don't have one either. So, I will end the stream. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you all supporting me, and in that way supporting Ukraine. If you want to help with kamikaze drones, the way to do that is PayPal. But that you're watching my videos and so on, all revenues goes to ordinary drones, so everybody of you is a part of helping Ukraine. So I will be back soon. Hope to see you then. Stay safe and have a nice evening, day or morning. I believe one have a morning, and it's the big one. you yours.
Where is he? Sorry to disturb. I'm looking for Nathan Oakley. Okay, so he's not here. I have to continue looking for him.
Good luck, Tor. So, thank you very much. See you soon. Have a nice